some of the norms at the heart of our country are being damaged, especially the rule of law and a commitment to holding our leaders accountable to tell the truth. There's a danger we'll become numb to that and accept that from our president and our government, and I don't know exactly how you recover from that.
Breaking news this evening, President Trump fired the director of the FBI.
Because he wasn't doing a good job, very simply. He was not doing a good job.
My reaction was actually one of slight vertigo, a little nauseous in my stomach and a little sense of loss of balance in a way, not anger, but kind of confusion. And then I opened the door to the small office I was in to step back into that big area, and it was now filled with FBI employees, many of whom were crying. And that wave of emotion hit me. And so then in addition to this vertigo feeling, I had this tremendous sense of sadness.
Did you by then already feel what the real motive behind President Trump's decision was to fire you?
No. I read some of the documents that he had attached to his letter firing me, and it was about the Hillary Clinton email investigation, and I knew that wasn't true.
En inderdaad, 2 dagen later geeft de president een hele andere reden.
I said, you know, this Russia thing with Trump and Russia is a made-up story. It's an excuse by the Democrats for having lost an election.
But are you angry with Mr. Comey because of his Russia investigation?
I just want somebody that's competent. Oh, and there's James.
De relatie was vanaf het begin stroef. James Brian Comey is een republikein, maar was als FBI-directeur benoemd door Trumps voorganger Obama. In hoogst ongebruikelijke privégesprekken eiste Trump loyaliteit van Comey en vroeg hem het onderzoek naar zijn ontslagen nationaal veiligheidsadviseur Michael Flynn, die had gelogen over contacten met de Russen, te staken. What goal did he have with that, you think?
It certainly raised the concern that it was an effort to obstruct justice, but I don't know, because I don't know what his intention was exactly, what conclusion the special prosecutor will reach.
It's not normal for a president to ask an FBI director these things. It's not even normal, I think, to have private dinners like that.
Correct, yeah. Because since Watergate in this country, we have recognized the importance of a separation, that law enforcement be impartial, be about the facts and the law, and not about political allegiance. And my encounters with President Trump were a constant effort by him to bring me closer and me trying to push away to protect the institution.
You likened the way of handling by the president sometimes to a mob boss. Was this one of those instances where he tries to draw you into the family?
Certainly, the demands for loyalty were characteristic of that kind of organization. And I don't mean by that comparison to suggest that President Trump is out robbing shopkeepers or something, but the leadership culture is very similar. It's all about the leader, about the boss. What can you do for the boss? What's your allegiance to the boss? Not to anything greater than that. That's the way in which those cultures seem similar to me.
How dangerous is that to have this kind of a culture in the highest office?
Very concerning. Should be concerning to the leader himself, because it makes it much harder for that leader to hear the truth.
What is this president's relationship with truth?
Decidedly uneven and inconsistent. This president lies an awful lot.
3,000 times over his first year in office, I believe.
And that's just deeply concerning in a couple of respects. First of all, it's inconsistent with what we expect of the leader of this country, where truth is a central value in this country as it is in yours. And second, there's a risk that we'll become numb to that there'll be so much lying that the norm, the touchstone that we measure our leaders against will disappear. And then what are we if we lose that?
James Comey, the former now FBI director, is a national embarrassment. It's that plain, it's that simple.
Comey will be forever known as a disgraced partisan hack that broke his sacred trust with the President of the United States.
And what about Comey? Do you watch him on the interviews? What about Comey? What about Comey?
You've been called a liar, a leaker, the worst FBI director ever.
Well, in a way it doesn't matter. In other ways it's painful.
It's not just someone saying this, it includes the president.
Yeah,
That means something.
It does, and I actually catch myself because it means less to me than it should. And when I see the president sometimes tweeting that I should be in jail, which is crazy, I shrug, and then I stop myself, because that's a sign that even I'm becoming numb to something that's not okay, that's not normal, that is wrong, and I worry that my fellow Americans are also becoming numb to it.
There was no collusion, and everybody, even my enemies, have said there is no collusion.
Sometimes when someone is so defensive, it's an indication that they have something to hide, but I actually don't know him well enough to know what it means. In a way,
Well, you were the director of the FBI. Do you have indications that there is something there?
yeah, I don't want to say, because if I start to answer that, then I'll be indicating things I know, and I'm keen not to talk about the Russia investigation. I actually think that firing the special prosecutor would be both an attack on the rule of law and a waste of time, because the investigation will continue. You'd have to fire the entire FBI and the entire Department of Justice to stop it.
James Comey. Hij kreeg ook bakken kritiek vanaf de andere politieke zijde, want heeft zijn besluit om het onderzoek naar de Clinton-e-mails te heropenen in 2016 de verkiezingen beïnvloed. En zijn kritiek op Trump lijkt soms wel erg op een persoonlijke afrekening. Has your book, in a sense, contributed to the polarization on these subjects?
That's a good question. I don't know. I hope not, because I've tried to be fair-minded, including reflecting on things I might have done differently in the book, and so I don't think so.